And finally, for today's episode, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, the first local Seventh-day Adventist church was organized in Australia.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On January 10 in 1886, the first Seventh-day Adventist church in the Southern Hemisphere was organized in Melbourne, which was then Australia's largest city. The first Adventist missionaries had only arrived in Australia some 6 months earlier, and then the first evangelistic sermon on the continent was preached on July 11, 1885, by this man, John Corliss. From October 25, Corliss preached every night in a big tent in one of Melbourne's northern suburbs. 55 people were baptized as a result, and within 5 years, this church had grown almost fourfold to more than 200 members. On January 11, 1881, the second Seventh-day Adventist congregation in the U.S. state of New Jersey was organized in the city of Camden thanks to the ministry of this evangelist, Isaac Sanborn. New Jersey had not been part of any of the state conferences into which the church was organized in North America, but Sanborn's success in raising up this new company in Camden led to a formal action at the following year's General Conference session that New Jersey would become part of the New England Conference. And the state continued under the New England Conference until a growing number of local churches led to the organization of a separate New Jersey Conference at the 1901 General Conference session. Also on January 11, but 63 years later in 1944, a major Adventist institution was founded in South America. In 1925, what was then called Brazil Adventist College began processing grape juice to serve its students. In 1935, Adolfo Bergold, manager of the college farm, greatly increased production, selling the grape juice to boost the college finances. And from 1940, many other food products were developed, manufactured, and sold. The result was the incorporation in 1944 of the Brazil food factory, Productos Alimenticios Superbom. Today, Superbom, as it's known, continues to successfully produce and sell foods that are wholesome and, as I can confirm, delicious, and that reflect Adventist health principles. That was This Week in Seventh-day Adventist History.